Hello, Sam. Thank you for your time. This is Travis Miller with Last Dragon Digital Marketing. So the point of this video is twofold. One is to give you some techniques, tips, and tricks you could use on your website to increase your online traffic, your leads, and your business. And two is to compare your website to local competitors' website in the area, see if those techniques could outrank them, get you on the first page of Google, which that'll increase your online traffic and your leads. So I'll talk about three things: content, backlinks, and citations. Whatever I talk about here, they're free tips for you. You could use on your website, but if you want to talk about that or anything else, please feel free to reach out. Otherwise, I'll show you these steps for your business. So first is content. So in your content on your homepage, you need anywhere between 1,500 to 2,000 words, just depending on the competition, number of keywords needed. So a keyword is anything that someone might type into Google looking for a particular service or product. So in your content, you could place keywords throughout to tell Google exactly what terms you want your website to be found for. So you got a web page here, but one thing I would just increase, I like your pictures here, but I would just increase your content, your words, your relevant content keywords, and that gives you push power with Google. But I like your testimonials here, very approachable website, but I would just increase some of the content and pages that'll increase your visibility with Google. Speaking of Google, if I lived in the Bothell, Washington area, I might type this in, drain cleaning. That's what you do. Here's what typically comes up. A lot of times ads come up here. They're here to miss if you haven't invested in them already. Sometimes consumer clicks them, but sometimes consumers keep going down the list. This is the map pack here, citations, and there you are right there. So good, but I'll talk more about that in a minute. And then we call these organics right here. So we feel this is most important with searchability. So the goal is to be on top of the page as much as you can organically for any kind of service you provide and area you provide for. Not just Bothell, Washington, but any of that Seattle area that you would go to. So scrolling down the list, typically we don't count directories like Yelp and Angie's List just because a local consumer is going to click on a local company, especially if it's an emergency type of service. So you have some competitors that's on top of the page here, like Two Sons Plumbing, scrolling down Apollo Plumbing. But the goal is just to be on the first page and eventually keep outranking your competitors, be on the top. But even if we start here at the bottom, here's where the page breaks. But Allied Plumbing. So I'll compare your website to them, see if these techniques could get close to them, start outranking them, and then you'll be on top of them for the first page when it talks about drain cleaning, Bothell, Washington. So to do that comparison, there's a tool we use called Ahrefs, and here's your URL right here. So like I said, on that website, you're only using one keyword, and keywords really give you that push power, that electricity that gives you that searchability with Google. So definitely keep this one, Bothell, Washington, but think about plumber, but think about all the services you provide with drain cleaning, with plumbing, if you provide plumbing services, emergency services, and tag it with Bothell and also other areas in Seattle that you go to. And that's how you increase your keywords. So get creative in increasing your keywords on your website, and that you start matching your competitors and you start outranking them. Compare that to Allied Plumbing. Here's them right there. And here's their URL. So for them, they're using 459 keywords. So that's giving them some searchability being on that first page. But great thing about keywords, you don't have to recreate the wheel. So we do a deep dive in their website. Any of these keywords that apply to you, you would put on your website as well and match them with volume. For instance, like a plumber, West Seattle. If that applies to you, you put it on your website, you tag it, and that you increase your volume. So that's why I'm saying get very creative on your keywords, start matching your competitors, and then even start dominating with more and more keywords. Second is backlink. So a backlink is anywhere where one website is linking to another website. So these links act like an endorsement of your website from others, when Google uses that to build trust in your business by seeing others vouch for you. Think about it like a popularity contest as well. A person with the most backlinks wins, but keep this in mind, not all backlinks are created equal. It's important to have relevant backlinks onto your website, websites within your industry. It doesn't help if websites outside your industry, like restaurant, lawyers, offices, are linking to you. It doesn't give you that trust power, push power with Google. So right now you have 40 backlinks with 10 reference domains. But compare that to a competitor that's on that first page where you have to outrank him. Yeah, 225 backlinks. Again, this is very doable with 102 reference domains. So again, backlinks, you have to recreate the wheel. You take their backlinks, you do a deep dive of what they're getting, the important ones. You could also tag them to your website, and you keep adding to your backlinks. So eventually you want to match these numbers, not only match, but dominate these numbers, and your traffic will start looking like that compared to what you have now. So increase your backlinks, reference domains, and keywords, and you start increasing your traffic. Then finally, there's citations. So in the citations, anywhere where your business name, your number, and your address are shown exactly on your Google business profile. So citations help you rank in this map pack here, which is extremely important for local businesses, since this can generate huge amounts of revenue. And there you are right there. So the goal is to stay here. You want to be in that top 2 or 3. Much like on pages 2 or 3 of Google, people don't click this button for more businesses. So you want to be right in the front of face consumers, and even on top. So to even be on the top of this map pack, you want to increase your citations with directories like Yelp, Angie's List, Expertise, BBB, and there's hundreds of others you've probably heard of. Also, social media accounts are great too. So the idea here is that your brand begins to be found by Google all over the internet. And the larger your online presence is, the more Google trusts you. So once Google sees you more often than these competitors, the more likely it is you outrank above them. So definitely stay here, but keep up your citations to be above them. So once your content, your backlinks, your citations, once they all come together with your website, you really start to outgrow your competitors. And here's what you might be looking at, why that's worth it. To be in the eyes of consumers here and on top of the organics here with all the areas that you go to around the Bothell, Washington area. So not sure what your margins are, but I imagine that would generate some pretty decent revenue. Also, there's usually many more keywords you could use to generate more and more traffic and leads. So this is what I do. I create this for you to start generating those leads yourself online. But if you do find yourself wanting more to continue scaling as far as you want, feel free to reach out. I could help you out with that, give you some more information, or we could talk about your goals. I could do the research to find out exactly what could be realistic for your business, what it might take to reach those goals. So if you leave me a few lines of feedback, I'd like to know your thoughts on this video. And again, I'm Travis Miller with Last Dragon Digital Marketing. And thank you for your time. Thank you for listening. Hopefully this was informative for you. Much luck in your business. Have a great day.